Welcome to the Home Downsizing Show. My name is Ben Souchek, your host and the owner and founder of Home Downsizing Solutions. With the Home Downsizing Show, I want to provide you the information and resources to make the downsizing of your house stress and hassle-free. So sit back and enjoy the show. Thank you for joining us. Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of the Home Downsizing Show. My name is Ben Souchek, and I'm the owner and founder of Home Downsizing Solutions, a home buying company that specializes in making it as stress-free and easy as possible for long-term homeowners, typically seniors or their families, to sell a house and downsize or move to some type of senior living. My Home Downsizing Solutions has been providing services, home buying services, for more than 25 years at this point, and always trying to improve our services and make the process of selling a house and transitioning to a new home or apartment or senior community as easy as possible. On this week's edition, I'd like to change things a little bit from the usual topics that we talk about for the different steps in selling a house or preparing a house and downsizing in general, to discussing a little bit about if a farm owner is thinking of retiring or selling their farm and either just staying on their current house or downsizing to maybe a different house in or apartment in a town close by or somewhere else that they've wanted to downsize to. In my own case, something I haven't talked about before is that I was raised on a small family farm in Nebraska, and fortunately have had the ability to keep that family farm in our family going on more than 120 years now. And it's a place that my family can go to on weekends or whenever we want to still enjoy being in the country and appreciating what my forefathers had built and really sacrificed for us to be able to keep it in the family. And today, I just had an appointment with a couple of brothers that still have their family farm, and they're, in this case, both of the brothers are both in their 70s, and I think they may like selling the farm so that their kids their adult children do not have to worry about what happens to the farm then when they are gone, and do not have to worry about estate problems or probate issues. So that's really one of the reasons why someone may think about selling their farm, is to avoid probate and estate issues, to avoid having siblings if there are multiple siblings involved. It is surprising, maybe not so surprising, but what money, I guess, can do to a family, unfortunately, at times, that everybody gets along well together until someone is deceased, and therefore several siblings inherit something like a family farm in this situation. And all of a sudden, the siblings have different ideas on what they want to see happen with the property. And some see dollar signs, some want to keep the family farm. And so it can be a difficult situation for the siblings to sort that out if they're not all on the same page. So to avoid some of the legal issues is one of the reasons, or a couple other reasons why a person may want to sell, in this case, a family farm. The other situation, if there are times when if a farm owner is looking at just renting the ground out, if they're going to retire but keep the land and rent the land out to another farmer, there are sometimes issues of income going down because they're no longer going to be operating that farm. And so there are situations where, depending on how a person structures a sale, where the income may or can actually go up or be increased versus other situations. So there's nuances to how a person can sell land to benefit them the most or generate the best income from that sale. And that's something that I was talking to this family about, or these two siblings about, is different ways that they could sell the property depending on what their needs were to get the best value and the best return from that property. So there are also different ways to look at how to sell a farm in this case, and houses in general, or this could also apply to a house or even multifamily apartments if someone is looking to retire and sell from managing their apartments. But in this case with farm ground, the typical way currently, or has been because of low interest rates before the interest rates really went up in the last 12 months, is that most farm ground would sell for cash. I think probably because most families just want the simplicity of not having to worry about taking payments or, again, not leaving something unknown to their adult children to have to deal with after the sellers are gone from this earth. But there are ways to structure a sale other than just a cash sale that may be more beneficial to the sellers than just a cash sale. There are also tax implications to consider, especially with large dollar amounts that come with selling a farm. And this is not tax information to consulting here. I'm not a CPA, so what I will give you is what I have read and some situations, I guess, that I have encountered, but certainly every situation is different. And so definitely take what I have to say in regards to tax situations to go to your CPA to see what is applicable to your own situation, because depending on what your situation is, what I have experienced may or may not be applicable to you. But there are situations that you may be able to create a higher sale price for a property and therefore incur capital gains versus taking interest on a property. And so sometimes you may not have to impute interest to claim that and would rather take a capital gains and be taxed on that capital gains more easily than if you did also take interest payments on a piece of property you sold. So there are different ways to structure a sale, and it just depends on your specific financial situation how to do that best. But my primary point here is that there are typically ways than just a cash sale that may be more beneficial to a person than just selling a piece of property like a farm for cash. So in this situation, again, I enjoyed meeting the two individuals that are both in their 70s and were looking to do something with this farm so that their adult children did not have to worry about what happened afterwards. And so it's always, in my situation, what I attempt to do is to provide a solution that is going to work for the seller as well as my company being the buyer. But if we can't provide a solution, whether it's with farms or with buying a house from someone that is downsizing, then we're not going to accomplish what we want to. And so with that, I will wrap up this week's episode of the Home Downsizing Show. And if you have questions in regards to whether it's selling a house and downsizing, whether you're thinking about retiring from farming, or maybe you've inherited farm ground and are looking at selling the property because you're not getting the return that you would expect, or have other needs for the cash from that property, feel free to give my office a call, toll free 888-291-5005, and just contact my office. Or you can, of course, go to homedownsizing.com and check out our updated website. And if you are considering downsizing and selling a house, and you would like a free copy of my book, Home Downsizing Secrets, just go to homedownsizing-secrets.com and to get your free copy there. So again, thank you for listening this week. And if we can be of any help, please give us a call or contact us on our website. Have a great week. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Home Downsizing Show. For additional information and resources on home downsizing, just go to homedownsizing-blueprint.com. That's homedownsizing-blueprint.com. Or if you're ready to sell your house and downsize, just go to homedownsizing-solutions.com. That's homedownsizing-solutions.com. And if you have ideas to improve our show, or topics that you'd like us to cover, or have any questions that we can answer, just call our office, toll free, 855-291-5005. That's 855-291-5005. Thank you.